sign this. Well, no, just shut up and sign the paper.
I know everybody thinks that I'm her boss. No. She tells me what to do. I have to run and hide.
Do you want to be successful?
No.
Yes, you do. Then you will do what I tell you to do.
Back before I had her, I could just hide out and no one knew where I was at.
Yeah, no.
No one knew where I was at. I can hear like, I didn't even occupy my office.
I know all about that back in our working days together.
And I had like what, 5,000 voice messages. My phone is still ringing. I had that little
He
light.
doesn't know how to answer his answering machine, so he won't check it. And I wrote down the instructions, point 1, point 2, point 3. He laughed at me, tossed it, and said, I'm not doing it.
It's still, light's still flashing in my office.
So that's okay. When Washington, D.C.'s calling Ed to come up there and do something, he doesn't want to answer his phone, so he'll never know.
The kid comes calling and says, I need someone to shine my shoes.
Would you send Cindy up?
Can't be there.
Oh, Ed. Nobody wants you to shine their shoes. We all know you don't know how to do anything.
You know,
Monica doesn't.
are you like me? You tie your shoes once and that's it?
Pretty much.
I tie my
I
shoes.
double knot them.
And then I slip into them and I never
We have
run
Kip
race.
Key Carroll, one of the great native leaders in America, and you are talking about the tie.
I had him when he was a student. I know what he's like.
Kenny, if this is how
I
it's
had
going to
him.
be with Ben Nighthorse Campbell, I'm out.
I already asked Ben when I was talking. I invited Ben Nighthorse Campbell, and I made a joke of he introduced me as like chief of staff, and I was like, "Oh, so you the one that has bail money for him?" And so I made a joke. Ben Nighthorse Campbell beat bail money. It slipped out.
Is it one of those
I
where
didn't
only
mean to.
you find yourself amusing and the rest of us worry that your medication's off?
I think it's a way to cover up for my insecurities.
Well, clearly you have a lot.
So what are you going to be doing in the future? What do you got? The big plan? Are you going to run for office or anything like that? Tribal chairman? Oh, he's thinking about it. Cassie, did you see that? He was like he was thinking about that.
Potentially
I know how to read
someday.
people.
Potentially someday. I would like to work for my tractor.
She's leaving me hanging here. I was right. He's going to run for tribal council. Then you're going to be like Jefferson Keel, which he promised to be here, but is he going to show?
Oh, he'll be here.
Will he?
You told people 3 or 4.
2 to 4.
No. I was standing next to you. You told him 3 or 4.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
we'll be looking.
Yeah. I'm perfectly happy to have Kit call it a day.
We
Head
could.
for home.
So with USA, what do you guys got coming up here?
We just wrapped up our semi-annual meeting, which was down in Tunica, Biloxi. And then we have our annual meeting coming up in Mohegan, up in Connecticut. But there's also an issue going on right now with the Cobell settlement. There was the establishment of the Trust Commission, the Trust Reform Commission. It initially started out just as a trust asset reform focus, but it's broadened since its inception to include real systemic, or at least examining broader trust reform. You and I have had the conversation before, so that's core to everything that we do as an organization, which is sovereignty protection and promotion. So we are deeply involved in the discussions and debates going on right now about what that new trust will look like. Because right now it's systemically flawed. There's conflicts of interest at its core. It's riddled with problems and
I don't like
needs
to
to be
trust
addressed.
that one.
No, you don't.
I hate it.
No, you don't.
But we have to work
We have
with
to-
it because it's what we have.
Well, there's an opportunity right now to do something about it.
Well, it is. There's big opportunities right now
What?
to change the face of the trust stuff.
Absolutely.
How?
Well, everything.
How?
You know, one of the big tools that we can use right now is the United States recent support of UNDRIP, so the Declaration of Rights of Indigenous People. So even though it's not binding, and it still is a valuable tool. And Professor James Anaya just got done wrapping up his visit to the United States, meeting with Indian country, to do his report on his assessment of how the United States is fulfilling up to its trust responsibilities and where it is missing the boat and where it is falling short. So that report's not going to come out for some time now, but it will be a valuable tool as we are having these trust reform discussions, debates about what the United States' responsibility is to Indigenous peoples.
So do you ever see yourself taking a Larry Ecclehop's job? What do you think of the guy who Lavender that kind of just went off after? Were you there for that?
Del Leverter, he's the acting right now. We have a good working relationship together. Absolutely. We had a good working relationship with Mr. Ecclehop as well. And we actually just recently honored him at our May semi-annual meeting and brought him in.
Larry?
Mhm.
Oh, good. You know,
It's a hard job because
because
they.
I know.
I know you do. BYU.
We're BYU
I'll hold that against you.
alumni. Yeah, it's a good school. It is. You were good. I was trying to.
I know
get
you
to
were.
law school.
I know you were.
Kid at BYU, were you ready to sign the pledge, honey?
No.
No, I somehow said no.
Oh, what? You couldn't give up coffee?
That's
I don't even drink coffee.
There's a few other rules that I'm sure me and Kit would have a real difficult time.
We won't get into it.
We've had those debates before, Ed and I.
I can't believe they let him in. Clearly, we both could have gotten into BYU.
I can't believe NCAI let him in.
We didn't tell.
They don't know he's down here?
I applied. He's just my +1. He's my worker
Apply to what?
for here, for the NCAI, for the conference. No one knew you were coming. You're just my +1.
Yeah, I know. I wouldn't put the name in. They wouldn't.
Ed
they
takes
wouldn't let me in.
Ed takes a lot of heat, and I know that we're joking right now, but I really do value the time that I have with him as my professor and as a friend in the Native
Kenny, are
Studies
you
program.
recording this?
He helped people look at things a different way. Sometimes by being the antagonist and arguing with you until you see what he's trying to say without actually saying it. That's why he's so successful
Right, you know,
with kids.
me personally, when I entered the UNO, I was not on the path to do this type of work. I was finance major, investments and financial markets and securities trading, and that's what I went to school for. It was because of that program and teachers like that changed my course.
I was
I
actually more
came
Dr.
in to
Ritter.
actually get my political science degree and go to law school. Then I met Ed and said, who knows?
But he is the reason I'm not an attorney.
I know, me too. See,
I don't want anything to do with that.
You'd have made an outstanding attorney.
Kit would have?
Yeah.
I'm sure
I
he would've.
enjoy what I'm doing right now.
And thank God, because there's not a lot of people to step up into those positions that care. And you're not doing it just to put yourself ahead. You're doing it because you care
I
about
love
the
every
people.
minute.
He sounds way smarter than I'll ever be. So you're getting great attorney.
He's doing more important work. He's helping the people. That's what natives are supposed to do. We're supposed to help each other along the path. Kids.
So how long are you in town for?
I came in Friday after we had a tax hearing with Senate Indian Affairs on general welfare last Thursday night, Friday morning. And then I'm here all week for this, and then there's a national gathering Thursday and Friday.
Here in Lincoln.
Here in Lincoln. And then I'll head back to Tennessee Sunday. It looks like I was planning on being in Nashville that entire week because of this Patch Act situation that we might have to go to DC for that as well. So maybe in DC next week.
Indian Country Today just put out Supreme Court government must pay tribal contract support costs.
That was the other people I was talking to Dr. about.
That was the one win.
Yep.
It was a 5-4. The other one kind of got smoked.
I saw Scalia voted in favor. I was shocked because usually when it's anything having to do with Native Americans, Scalia is ready to cut us off, and cut us out.
But you never can tell with these cases.
Yeah, that's
The,
true.
the previous self-determination case was that Cherokee case that actually, remember, we were Ponca's back then. It was the Red Cross. It was Methodist decision. So I'm actually surprised that this one was as close as it was.
Well, the interesting thing with the Supreme Court, and I think this is one of the big issues in Indian country, is that we know when people talk about that trust responsibility and fulfilling that trust responsibility, they often talk about it in terms of either the president in isolation or in Congress, but it's all three branches. It's the White House,
Yeah.
be the president, it's Congress, both sides of the House, and the Senate, and then also the Supreme Court. And from our vantage point, I know specifically from my vantage point, that's not working. The Supreme Court is sidestepping its responsibility in any country with these decisions that it's making. So it's all three working in unison, and we're going to actually get to the point where they're fulfilling that trust responsibility. Anything less than that is falling short.
Cindy's over there shaking her head like.
I agree with him.
Yeah.
I wrote about the unemployment versus case, and I was appalled. At how it was decided. So I pay special attention to what goes on with the Supreme Court. It's one of my areas of expertise.
Well, the Supreme Court is not our friend right now. And if you look at that Patch Act decision, one of the recommendations that they're making in there is that this is a congressional issue, that there needs to be clarity achieved, that it needs to go back to Congress. Well, getting anything to Congress, I mean, we're on year 3 of Carter, we still haven't been able to secure a simple clean fix.
Congress is too
making
busy fighting each other care
Well,
about
exactly.
any real issues.
And